Hi, it's Sam time. So, in this episode, what I wanted to do is talk about daily goals, also known as daily missions. What these are, you should really be trying to do these each day. You get bonus points, better, more dilithium, some cards for getting more offices, and this is really something you should be trying to do each day. So, and there's even a little bit of a rumor that I heard that if you do it in a certain way, you can increase your chance of getting jelly parts. I'm going to leave that one to the end of the show. And it's only a rumor. I've got no way to know if it's true myself yet. I haven't had a chance, but it's a juicy rumor because it's really hard to get those jelly parts if you want to try and get your own jelly the hard way. But let's start into it. Okay, so the first thing is to find the daily missions. What you do is you go down to where the yellow exclamation mark is on the bottom left side of the screen. And that brings up your list of missions. It's the second tab, or daily goals. So they're in the middle. I've got this thing blocking it up because the chat session appears there, and there might be some private messages in the chat, so I didn't want to embarrass anybody by showing them. So that's why I've got my little logo there in the middle. Okay, so this is a list of things, and you get a new list every day. So I've got 20 hours to complete this list, and if you have a look, I've already done a couple, and I've got a number of points up and going already. And the top one, I actually kicked off a research job a long time ago, like about 12 hours ago, and it finished just after the start of the new period, which I timed on purpose, and that's why I got 700 points so quickly. But it means that if I want to get that 40 points for that top item, which will give me some Latinum and some Officer XP, just tap on the rectangle there, I've got to do some more research. So I'm going to try and work out what research I can do. Now, the next one below it is prime real estate. And if I exit out of here and have a look inside my problem is, oops, I've done everything. There's nothing I can do until I finished my level 19 upgrade, which I've kicked off. So that's going to take 1 day, 8 hours, which unless I use up a whole bunch of speed up tokens, I'm not going to be able to do any of those ones. And so I'm probably not going to be able to hit my full score. But I normally do try and hit my full score, but let's try and pick out some research. And so what I'm thinking is, I may need to do 2 lots of research to finish. And so I've done a fair bit of the research. It's the combat ones. In fact, the only one I've done lots of combat ones. And so what I'm going to do is trying to think of, I've got 20 hours roughly left, and what 2 bits of research could I do in 20 hours, maybe with a speed up token. So if I did this one, that's 10 hours, that one's 7 hours, so I could do those 2, for example, and now both the combination would then finish. So because it's getting to nighttime here, I'm going to kick off, I don't have enough dilithium. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back out here, quickly go over, have a look, got a little bit more coming. I'm going to use every little bit I've got. I could go out and try and get some, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to come over here, back into the research, back into the station, and I'm going to kick off the 10-hour one, which is a titanium safeguard. And yeah, I'm just going to blow the money, because you guys are worth it. That's the help. Speed up a little bit. Okay, so that's going to get me 10 hours into the 20 hours, and then I'm going to pick something such as Steel Safeguarding, which will be another 8 hours, and that will get me underneath the quota. And so hopefully with the combination of the 2 of them, that will get my base up. Now, if the first one was good enough and I get that bonus points, then I don't need to bother about kicking off the second one. I can delay it so it finishes just after the reset point, and so that will be picked up in the next cycle. So I'm just going to see how that one goes. See whether that 10 hours is enough to get me over, or whether I've got to do another one. So I'm hoping now I can get that top job. The prime real estate, I'm not going to get any of them done. The research projects, I've finished one already. I should get that. And that will give me another 1,700 dilithium, and some speed up tokens. It's all well and good. The looters, the 4-hour chests, well, I'm just going to collect them as often as I can. I might go off and try and shoot some more ships. I've got my envoy at the moment, so I'm trying to actually upgrade that anyway. So that's not really so much of a problem. I might try and use my envoy and upgrade it at the same time. And I frequently go for one of these ones down here and send off a miner and have a go at some of the gas. Gives me enough, the extra points. Mining's not too hard. And so I just add up the numbers to sort of say, well, I'm on 65, I've got to get to up to 180, so I need another 115 points. So if I get the first one, that's 40, and I just work down the list and just have a guess of how many I've got to do. Cool. So that's the daily missions, and I really try and get the top ones each day because 4-hour peace shield's quite nice, but when you get up here, it's the ultra recruit tokens you get for free, and the dilithium and the latinum, and you're benefiting from all these things, individual things as well as getting the actual individual drop. And so just planning it out a little bit, to me that's something that I do every day, including relocation tokens. So one of the things to think about is when to kick them off and when to let them finish. And so if I do kick one off a bit too early, you don't actually have to accept it. And so you can just wait until past the next reset boundary and then accept it just afterwards. And you'll get the recognition for that time afterwards. You just need to be a little bit careful, because I tried to do that with one of the gifts and it went away. So I lost a 4-hour gift box because I was just trying to wait until just afterwards. And so those gifts, don't leave them too long. Grab them while you can. Okay, now, what about these rumors of jellies? So what I heard from someone in another galaxy is if you start doing enough of... So I've got the Federation these factions, and if you go off and do some missions in the different spaces, I went off to Vulcan and did some missions there, you start to get this weighting, and so I'm tolerated. I'm not super good at Federation, but they tolerate me at the moment. And Klingons and Romulans don't trust me, and that's why in my missions it's got Federation ones. But the rumor is if you do enough and get enough reputation, you start getting more drops on the Federation missions. Now, you may have to go off and actually do the missions, and if somebody knows the answer, it'd be great if you could leave a comment on the... really appreciate any comments left on the video, because then we can try and really sort this one out, how to get them. But that's my understanding. If you do more of the Federation missions and you get your... if you do more of these goals here, you'll get your reputation up, and it makes it easy to get more missions done, which in turn gets you a larger number of jelly drops. That's what I heard from somebody, and they claim that they've almost got their full jelly for free. I've got no way to work out if they're actually true. It's an interesting idea. Best rumor I heard. I haven't seen any jelly pass for ages. So that's all I wanted to cover in this one. Just a quick one. Your daily goals, I'd be trying to hit them every day. They give you something concrete to do. It's quite fun, a little bit more of a competition just to try and get them done. But it's all the bonuses for doing the individual ones and the bonus for hitting the points. So it's really worth sitting down and trying to do the maths and trying to squeeze those building projects, squeeze the research projects, line them up at the right time, and get those extra little bonuses, especially dilithium. I need dilithium. I keep running out of dilithium. I'm down to 0 at the moment, as you can tell. Okay, see you next time. Bye.